a little bit different, you know. So this now is, will I turn them around there? This is a simple little one now that I'm doing. I work mostly with our legends, you know.
Yeah.
This is Satanta. It's a Cuchulain's birth name, and he killed the hound. I carved him for a woman, and we were talking so much I forgot to finish it for her.
Yeah.
I was doing the gazelle.
Yes.
So if you wait now, I'll just do a gazelle here for you. This is sycamore now that I'm working on. I would use all the local woods, you know, beech, sycamore, birch, ash, and so on, you know. This is a gazelle now, leaping as gazelles do. I could have got his horns a little bit more elegant. And any fool will tell you that you can't carve engrain, but then you shouldn't be listening to any fool. And I make these up as I go along. Woodcarver and Wordweaver Extraordinaire, but so humble.
What?
Humble.
Wordweaver.
Wordweaver. There's Seamus Heaney and
Seamus
Sweeny.
Amazing.
And there's another of my more prestigious customers, Michael D. Higgins.
Wow.
He has my Amergine. He's a poet. Sweeny was a mad nature poet.
Mm-hmm.
He went bonkers and he fled into the... But I was just reading up a history of Merlin. Long before he was a wise old, he was a mad woodrose. And they're very similar. The more you go into the Irish myths, the more you realise that they're the local version of the cosmic myth, you know. Do you spell Katie with an I-E or a Y? There's one in the window there now, the three women. And in actual fact, Aphrodite, Hera, Hecate, Erofola, Bonda, the three women, you know. In English it always sounds a bit condescending, virgin, mother and hag. Much more respectful in Irish. Colleen, Ban, Colliach. The Colliach is the old woman.
Right.
They're the wise woman. And here in Sligo, the three women, Finiver, the Lady of the Lake, who of course turns out to be Guinevere, Maeve, the powerful queen of the well. My nephew, he's the only other woodcarver in town, Sam. He's a big hardy fella now. He was up at her one of her other secret spots. There's 3 hills outside of Sligo which form the breasts and the womb. The breasts are topped by 2 cairns, and behind, when you look from the proper angle, you can see the womb mountain and the Naval Lake where Sweeny dived. Sweeny dived 9 miles deeper than hell. So Sam was up there at Halloween, Samhain, you know, and it was lovely weather. Himself and a group of other lads as daft as himself, you know. And it's a very sinister lake. No, it's not even a lake, it's just a huge pool, you know.
What's it called?
Loch Goye, the Lake of Two Geese.
Right.
And the mountain is Slieve Doyen, the mountain of 2 birds. But they said they'd go for a swim, so they stripped off and jumped in. Now, I was up there a few times. I wouldn't have the nerve to go into it. But it was a gorgeous day. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. And as he was swimming around, he noticed the water was getting colder and colder, and it was turning red from the bracken, and a cloud, and suddenly a hailstorm, and they had to get out, and they nearly were cut to ribbons with the hailstorm, you know. And he said he really was suffering from hypothermia. He's a big lad now and sturdy. So I said, well, that's what you get now for defying the hag. Yeats refers to this mountain as, now he didn't have great Irish, Yeats. He was inclined to make mistakes with the grammar and so on, you know. Cloots na Bear, the bed of the old woman from Bear, the bed of the hag, you know. And I'll give you a map now of how to see it. You wouldn't have time to get up to it. But,
oh, wow.
breasts and womb. There's a naval lake near the summit. So there you go.
Can I give you money for this?
No, hang on a minute. I want to give you a silly map. Because of course, as you know, all maps are silly. You're here now in Wine Street.
Yeah.
And the sea is out there. It's bigger than that. and then Benbulben stands to the north,
Yeah.
and it's bigger than that. Now this is our river, the Garavogue.
Yeah.
It's the shortest river in Ireland. It's only 1 kilometre long, and then it opens up into a long lake.
Is this the one down here? With
Yeah,
all
and
the
that's
currents?
you're right here. Yeah.
Right.
Now you're here just south of the river.
Yeah.
Now if you went across the bridge and started to walk up what we call the Mall, the N16, you pass the library a couple of 100 yards on your left on the hill. There are a couple of gateways also on your left.
Yeah.
Now you stop there and turn around and get out your Girl Guide's compass that you never travel without, and put Benbulben Pole Star North behind you like that,
Yeah.
and look across the town due south, and on the horizon you'll become aware of those 3 hills,
Yeah.
and the cairns are built there in the appropriate place, and the Naval Lake, and that's Loch Goye and Slieve Doyen. Slieve is a rough mountain. Ben is a beaky mountain.
Yeah. Big Ben.
Canuck is a roundy mountain. We don't spare the words. Slieve Doyen, 2 birds. Now this is where Sweeny dived in pursuit of the hag. Pursuit, you know, the famous pursuit. She's hunting him. But in the Irish scene, they spend so long hunting each other that it's like the Keystone Cops. You forget who's chasing who, and they turn into the same species. And as 2 geese, they dive down into her naval lake. And they dive 9 miles deeper than hell.
Right.
And Sweeny lost everything. Everything that we think is important. The
As
last
well, yeah.
vestiges of his sanity, his respectability, but he found what he was seeking. He now was a frenzied poet. This is where the heroes of Sligo are buried. And his foot was prehensile, so he seized the blade in his foot and he drove it up into his groin.
Right.
Oh.
And he groin stabbed. No, it's painful and embarrassing and disgusting and inconvenient and and fatal.
Yeah. That as well.
It has one great advantage that, as far as I know now, I can only speak from my own experience. Only Irishmen have been able to take advantage of this one advantage.
And when did you take this? Sorry, in 19...
This would be about 3 or 4 years ago now.
But you started in 1960.
Oh, I started in 1968,
Ah.
and he got this one in 1969. But he comes every year. He's as old as myself. He hasn't come this year now. So
How old
I
are you
hope-
now, Michael? How old are you now?
83.
Are you?
I'll be
Brilliant.
84 in a week. My father, we were quite alike physically, same sort of build and that.
Yeah.
But one thing, we were very different. He hated people asking him his age.
Really?
He lived to 90,
Did he?
over 21. He was over 21 until he was 90. He was a great cattle dealer and everything, I was a
Wow.
rotten butcher. It's way back in 1928 now.
It's the brown cow at Cooley.
Yeah,
thing that-
hanging up there,
Yeah.
1928.